Welcome back to yet another episode. As always, I've got some cool stuff to show you, like the basics of the cannon, new weather system, new clothing, new clean looking systems, and a bunch more. Stay tuned until the end as some interesting things happen at the end of this video. But without further ado, let's dive right into today's devlog. I feel like it's probably pretty easy to lose track of where we're currently at in development, so here's a little summary. Custom made clothing and character creator to personalize your avatar. Nearly fully custom UI. Weapons and items to help you on your journey like the cutlass, flintlock pistol, spyglass, compass, and shovel. For quests, we currently have two guilds, the Coin Keepers and Skull Hunters. The Coin Keepers are obsessed with gold, sending you on an X marks the spot hunt. Or solving riddles at certain islands, all to uncover buried treasure. The Skull Keepers are obsessed with cleaning the seas of its pollution, aka skeletons and bad guys, and will send you on quests to vanquish waves of skeletons and fight fearsome captains, which I haven't added yet. And lastly, the ways of traversing the sea, of which we have two so far, a rowboat and a sloop. Nearly everything I've talked about will either continue to be polished, added to, or revamped. So try to bear with me if some things might not look the best. Of course, we're also extremely early in development, so there's tons and tons of stuff to be added. And you guys continue to help me shape the game and make it the best it can be. So thank you for the love, support, and suggestions you guys give. Alright, now finally, let's talk about the new additions which are made to the game. I will be skipping over a lot of small changes since I don't want to bore you guys with changes that are barely even noticeable. Starting off with our first addition, we've got a brand new health bar.
Let me know if you guys would want it on the top or the bottom, because honestly, I'm not sure. Because I might have stuff, like some more stuff on the bottom right. I'm not sure if I want everything on the bottom. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments.
Next, I made a few crucial changes to our skeleton, as firstly, he didn't care about water, and could just walk into the ocean. Along with that, none of the skeletons that died would disappear, so I aim to fix that. Now they won't follow you into water, and when they die, they delete after a second. I might add an animation in where the bones fade away, but that's a small change I'll add to the list for later. A lot of people had asked me for a chest holding animation, which I thought it'd go without being said that I would add it, but it's okay, it's okay. I've got it added in now, and it looks really good in my opinion. As mentioned in the summary, we have a character creator and cosmetics, but currently no way to switch between any of them as I get them added. So, I've finally gotten around to adding a proper shop. This layout will be used universally for different cosmetic stations like weapon/tool skins along with clothing, and I think it looks really good. Like I've said multiple times throughout the series, immersing you into everything is a big part of good games for me, and I've done a bunch towards that. The newest additions being overall weather. We've got 4 types of weather. Clear weather, of course. Foggy weather, making the world harder to explore without being able to see your surroundings. Rainy weather, which is pretty much the rough zones of water just without affecting the waves. And finally, thunderstorms, which actually flashes light when striking. The loud booms following after. If you guys have any suggestions for more types of weather, let me know in the comments below. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I finally have a date for the testing access release, which is November 20th. It will be paid access through a Roblox Game Pass to help with funding the game, but the full release won't be paid of course. Keep in mind though, the game will definitely be in a very incomplete state, but to allow the game to be thoroughly bug fixed, I think it's needed. Also, if you want to support the game even more, I've got 2 sets you can buy in the description below, which you won't be able to get once the game is out. So it will be an exclusive item for the OGs. Alright, enough about that. Let's get back to the additions. I've desperately been wanting some fresh clothing made for the game, so that's what I worked on next. A leather coat. Probably another thing to go onto the list of things needing to be redone, as I suck at modeling, but I personally think it looks good. About a day or so after this, my modeler Magyaro Salma, per usual, probably butchered the name, but he made me a revamped shirt which will replace the old white shirt. Now, you might think that coding a cannon is difficult, but it's actually not. Since Roblox prides itself on being this innovative physics engine, there's built-in hinges and ball joints and rope constraints, and a few other useful tools, but I'm only interested in the hinges. Using 2 of them, one is the base of the cannon, making the cannon able to turn left and right, and another going sideways to allow the cannon the ability to pivot up and down, which is pretty much half the battle when it comes to making them. With this base concept, I coded the functionality for the cannon pivoting, allowing you to mount and control it with WASD. And if you were wondering, it also works on the ships perfectly fine. Of course, it's missing animations and needs a lot more done to it, but I was just way too excited to show you, so here it is so far. Moving over to the default tools that you'll always have on you, I wanted to freshen a few of them up and polish them up a bit. Starting with the cutlass, I gave it new bleeding effects when you hit something, which was supposed to do unique ones for skeletons, but it didn't work in the clips shown. And I also added a new swinging trail, as the old one was default. The flintlock pistol got some improvements too. Firstly, with a new ammo UI, along with the effects the cutlass shared, and a new crosshair that's a lot more sleek, the old one being a bit too big for my liking. And most notably, another thing you guys asked for a bunch, pistol shooting animations. I did point out I'd be adding this in the future, but it's nice to see you guys are excited. Lastly, for the tools, at least for this episode, the spyglass was given the same crosshair the pistol has, along with a vignette, that word, fading in to actually make it seem like you're looking into one. And I made the mouse sensitivity lower so it's easier to handle when you're extremely zoomed in. There was also a few people who mentioned about the toolbar and how it should be custom, and of course I agree. I had open testing access for staff as I wanted to be able to knock out some of the obvious bugs right away, which I won't bore you with, but they are fixed. Here's some footage of playtesting. Oh, did I forget to mention that? Yeah. Someone used hacks right in front of me, knowing that I'm in the game, and somehow didn't expect to get banned. I'm not entirely sure what they expected, but I just thought I'd bring it up in the video since it was interesting, but I won't reveal who that was or what their username was. I don't want to out anyone or bring any hate towards that person. Anyway, that's all for episode 5. If you want to set sail with me on this pirate adventure, hit that like button, subscribe, and keep an eye out for episode 6. And if you want to get updates on the game's progress before I even publish a video, or want to be a tester in the future, join the Discord with the link in the description below. Anyway, that's all from me. Peace out, and have a good one.